With this summer coming up, you're going to be wanting your skin to look glassy and clear. You might be going to the beach, you might be going to the city. Regardless, it's going to become much hotter and humid outside, and if you want your skin to have that glow, you're going to need to make some changes to your skincare routine for this season. Now, probably one of the most obvious things you're going to be needing in your summer skincare routine is a cleanser. And this is going to be essential for removing any oils, sweat, sunscreen, makeup, anything like that. And the two choices I would offer is either a foaming cleanser or a gentle hydrating cleanser. Now, when it comes to the foaming cleansers, I've never really tried a foaming cleanser because I always thought that foaming cleansers would be too harsh on my skin, so I usually opt for a gentle hydrating cleanser. However, if you do have oily skin, a foaming cleanser might be better for you. And so something like the CeraVe foaming cleanser, I believe Cetaphil also has a foaming cleanser, even La Roche-Posay has a foaming cleanser. All of these big skincare brands have foaming cleansers, and I would only recommend a foaming cleanser if you do have oily skin, and you also want to make sure you don't have sensitive skin, because if you do have sensitive skin, a foaming cleanser can make your skin much worse. Now, for the people that have dry skin, and maybe even for the people that have combination skin, a hydrating gentle cleanser would be much better, I would say. The reason for this is that it's not going to be extremely stripping like a foaming cleanser would be. And if you do have dry skin, you don't really need to strip out a bunch of oils out of your skin, because this would just make your skin extremely dry and that would actually just break you out. I personally have combination skin, and so I use a hydrating gentle cleanser. The one I specifically use is the La Roche-Posay hydrating gentle cleanser, but you could also get one from CeraVe. They have a hydrating cleanser, as well as Cetaphil. They have a gentle cleanser. Now, something I haven't really talked about is double cleansing. And when it comes to the summertime, you actually might want to get an oil-based cleanser. Basically, how it works is that you first use an oil-based cleanser, and that's basically just to remove any excess oils, and then you use a water-based cleanser, so that would be like your hydrating or foaming cleanser, and you would use that to remove any water-based impurities. And so the reason you might want to double cleanse during the summer is that it gets really hot outside, you might start sweating more, your skin might get more oily during the summertime because of the humidity. You also will probably need to be wearing much more sunscreen, and that double cleansing will help remove that. Now, one of the cons of double cleansing is that your skin is going to become drier. And that's pretty obvious. I mean, you're cleansing your skin twice rather than once. Cleansing your skin once can be quite drying to many people, and so cleansing twice, it could be too much. And so you just need to be aware if double cleansing is worth it in the end. If you are worried that double cleansing could be too harsh to your skin, you could also just use micellar water instead of an oil-based cleanser, and that could work just as well. After you cleanse the skin, especially during the summertime, you probably want to be using an antioxidant. Basically, there are free radicals, which are unstable molecules, and these can actually damage your skin. This is why as you start to age, you start getting fine lines and wrinkles throughout your face. And so antioxidants are supposed to prevent this from happening. So it's going to help reduce and minimize any wrinkles and fine lines throughout your skin. And this is especially important during the summertime because it's hot, it's humid, the sun is out, and this is likely to cause damage to your skin. Some examples of antioxidants are vitamin C and niacinamide. Both of these ingredients are just going to help you look much more youthful and glowy as a result of using them. During the summertime, it's perfectly fine to use a serum, but you could also just use an essence. Basically, an essence is sort of like a lightweight version of a serum. It's going to be a bit more water-based. And so it's not going to be leaving your skin super greasy to where you're clogging your pores. For this reason, I prefer essences over serums during the summer, just because it's not going to leave my skin looking like a glazed donut. I've personally been using the Laneige vitamin C essence, but there's so many other products out there that have vitamin C, niacinamide, or any other type of antioxidant. Even though it might be hot and humid outside, you're still going to be wanting to use a moisturizer to prevent your skin from getting super dry, which could cause breakouts. Because it is the summertime, I would advise that you get a moisturizer that's a bit on the lighter side, maybe more water-based. And this is so that you don't over moisturize the skin, which could clog pores. I'm currently using the La Roche-Posay matte moisturizer, which is quite light, but you could also use something like the CeraVe PM moisturizer. That's a very solid moisturizer that I've used in the past, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's like a lightweight gel. It doesn't add too much moisture to the skin, but it adds enough so that your skin doesn't get completely dried out, which is absolutely perfect for the summer. Now, let's say you've bought all these products for the summer, and your skin is still a bit too oily. You might want to use an exfoliator. Basically, an exfoliator removes dead skin cells, and so you're going to be able to help with things like acne, whiteheads, blackheads, or clogged pores. And a good thing about exfoliators is that they do help with oil control. So if you use something like salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, or a retinoid, they are going to prevent your skin from getting way too oily, which is very helpful for the summer when it's very humid outside. There are so many products and ways to exfoliate your skin. You could use a face wash that has salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide. I know that Panoxyl and CeraVe have decent products. You could also use a toner, something like Paula's Choice salicylic acid toner, or you could even use something like a retinoid, maybe anything like tretinoin, adapalene, differin, anything like that. Regardless what the product you choose, make sure you don't exfoliate every single day because this will actually cause more harm. It's gonna make your skin extremely dry even if it's humid outside. And so once your skin gets dry, your skin's gonna overcompensate and overproduce oils, which can lead to further breakouts, which makes the problem worse. So I would exfoliate your skin maybe only 1 to 3 times a week depending on how sensitive your skin is. Now the most important product in your skincare routine is absolutely a sunscreen. You need to get a sunscreen, especially during the summertime. A sunscreen is very important because it's going to prevent your skin from getting damaged due to those UV rays. I would recommend anywhere from an SPF 30 to an SPF 50 sunscreen. I would say a sunscreen within this range is absolutely perfect, and you don't really need a sunscreen past 50 SPF. You don't need to get something like an 100 SPF sunscreen. I don't think that's necessary. Just to keep it simple, get a Korean sunscreen. I think that Korean skincare products, when it comes to sunscreen, they are second to none. I've been using the Round Lab Birch Juice sunscreen, and oh my goodness, this is such a perfect sunscreen. I just can't go back to using any other one. Once you rub it in, that white cast almost instantly disappears. And the reason why people don't like wearing sunscreens is that they look like Casper the Ghost after they put it on. But when it comes to many of these Korean sunscreens, you're not going to have that issue. And so you're not going to have a reason to not put the sunscreen on. Also, if you pair this up with a vitamin C essence or serum, the vitamin C actually boosts the effectiveness of these sunscreens. So the sunscreen is going to perform much better. Sunscreens are actually so important when it comes to getting that glassy skin during the summer, because if you don't, your skin's going to be looking super red. You're going to be looking super sunburned, and you don't want that. Put on that sunscreen, prevent that UV ray damage. You don't want wrinkles when you're at the age of 30, and you also just don't want a bunch of dark spots on your face, because if you don't decide to put on sunscreen and you have hyperpigmentation, that hyperpigmentation actually gets darker due to the sun. So just put on a sunscreen, it'll help with those dark spots fading away. It's also just good for you when it comes to your overall health. You don't want to get skin cancer. So just put the sunscreen on, play it safe, and you'll be looking nice, clean, and fresh. If you need advice on forming a skincare routine, DM me on Instagram at choice.yt, and peace out.